Let's be honest, Prime Video has way too many options. You can waste your entire night just searching and still have nothing to show for it. That's why I did the work for you. I've narrowed it down to 10 genuinely addictive movies that will hook you instantly and keep you glued to the screen. Ready to escape the endless search? Let's go. But first, hit that like button if you know the scrolling struggle all too well, and subscribe to never miss out on a solid watch. Let's dive in. Returning to their old home becomes the biggest mistake of two brothers' lives when they come face to face with something far worse than human. The story follows two twin brothers who return to their childhood home to escape a dark past and painful memories. They believe this place will give them a peaceful new beginning, but hidden inside the house is an ancient and terrifying evil waiting for them, a deadly force connected to dark secrets buried deep within their own family. And now, there may be no way out. Can these brothers survive the evil haunting their home, or will their family's darkest secrets lead them to a horrifying death? If you love dark supernatural horror and intense survival thrillers, don't miss this one. The film is Sinners, now streaming on Geo Hotstar and Prime Video. A billionaire's private island, a dream vacation, and a party that slowly turns into a living nightmare. The story follows Frida, a cocktail waitress whose life suddenly changes after tech billionaire Slater King invites her to his private island. At first, everything feels perfect, luxury, money, and endless parties. But slowly, the island begins revealing its dark side. People start disappearing without explanation, and the ones who remain begin mysteriously losing their memories. Behind this beautiful paradise, a terrifying game is secretly taking place. What is really happening to the people on this island? Can Frida uncover the truth before she loses both her memory and her life? Or will she disappear forever like everyone else? If you love psychological mysteries and intense survival thrillers, don't miss this one. The film is Blink Twice, now streaming on Prime Video. What if the biggest threat to humanity isn't a bomb or a terrorist, but an invisible force capable of destroying the entire world? The story follows Ethan Hunt and his IMF team as they take on the most dangerous mission of their lives. Their mission is to find a weapon powerful enough to wipe out humanity. But this isn't a normal weapon. It's a terrifying artificial intelligence capable of hacking any system in the world. The only way to control it is through a mysterious key split into two hidden pieces. But Ethan isn't the only one searching for them. Old enemies and dangerous new forces are hunting the key as well. Can Ethan find both keys before this deadly AI falls into the wrong hands? And when he's forced to choose between saving the world or protecting the people closest to him, what will he sacrifice? If you love insane action, deadly stunts, and high-voltage spy thrillers, don't miss this blockbuster. The film is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, now streaming on Prime Video. America has split into two sides, and a brutal civil war is tearing the entire country apart. The story follows a fearless team of journalists traveling from New York to Washington, D.C. through the middle of this deadly war zone. The entire nation is burning in chaos, while rebel forces rapidly move toward the White House. In the middle of this nightmare, the journalists have only one mission: reach the president before it's too late. But inside this collapsing war zone, humanity no longer exists, and death waits around every corner. Can these journalists survive long enough to complete their mission? Or will this bloody war silence them forever? If you love intense war action and survival thrillers, make sure this one is on your watch list. The film is Civil War, now streaming on Prime Video and also available on YouTube for rent or purchase. A quiet night, an empty town, and suddenly, a mysterious voice appears on the radio that doesn't sound human at all. The story takes place in a small town where a radio DJ and a telephone operator are working their night shifts. Because of a basketball game, the streets are completely deserted. That's when a strange and disturbing audio signal starts interfering with their radio broadcast and switchboard. As they step out into the empty night to trace the source of the signal, they begin uncovering dark secrets that were hidden from the world for years. Without realizing it, they're walking straight toward a terrifying truth. Who is really behind this mysterious signal? And when they finally follow it beyond the town, what horrifying truth is waiting for them in the darkness? If you love mind-bending sci-fi mysteries and suspense-filled thrillers, make sure this one is on your watch list. The film is The Vast of Night, now streaming on Prime Video. 5 delicate ballet dancers, a deserted forest, and a brutal gang waiting in the darkness. The story follows 5 young ballerinas whose bus suddenly breaks down in the middle of a lonely and terrifying forest. Looking for help, they decide to spend the night at an isolated roadside hotel. But what feels like a safe shelter quickly turns into a deadly trap. Inside, they come face to face with a ruthless gang of violent criminals. Now trapped between these predators and the darkness outside, the girls have only one way to survive: turn their years of dance training and agility into deadly weapons. Can these dancers survive the brutality of these monsters, or will the darkness of the forest swallow them forever? If you love intense survival thrillers and action-packed suspense, add this one to your watch list. The film is Pretty Lethal, now streaming on Prime Video. This time, the war won't happen on Earth. It's going straight to their home planet. The story follows Dan Forrester and his team, who are preparing for an even bigger and deadlier mission after saving humanity in the last war. In the first battle, we only witnessed the terrifying power of the White Spikes. But this time, the biggest twist is still waiting to be uncovered. Dan and his team are heading deep into space to reach the aliens' actual homeworld, and once they arrive, they discover a dark dark secret so horrifying, it could change everything humanity thought it knew. Who really sent these deadly aliens to Earth? Can Dan and his team survive this nightmare mission and return alive? Or will humanity finally lose this war forever? If you love mind-bending sci-fi, deadly aliens, and massive survival action, this is one blockbuster you should definitely keep on your watch list. And until the sequel arrives, you can always revisit the explosive first film. The film is The Tomorrow War 2, expected to release on Prime Video. A secret fixer who saves people from death, but now he's trapped in a deadly conspiracy himself. The story follows Ash, a mysterious fixer who secretly protects corporate whistleblowers, while hiding his identity through a special relay service. His rules are simple: no direct contact, no mistakes, no traces. But everything changes when a woman named Sarah asks for his help. Trying to save her forces Ash to break every rule he created. That's when he gets dragged into a terrifying corporate mind game, where powerful people want both of them silenced forever. Can this fixer escape the deadly trap he walked into, or will his own broken rules become the reason for his death? If you love high-stakes corporate thrillers and intense suspense, don't miss this one. The film is Relay, available on Netflix and Prime Video. A deep and terrifying cave, where 13 lives become trapped in complete darkness with no way out. Based on a true story, the film follows a junior football team of 12 boys and their coach, who get trapped inside a massive cave after sudden flooding. As the water keeps rising, and oxygen slowly runs out, survival starts looking impossible. Expert divers from around the world risk their lives to bring them back alive. But inside this flooded maze of darkness, one small mistake could mean death for everyone. Can these divers pull off the impossible rescue mission, or will all 13 lives disappear forever beneath the cave? If you love intense survival thrillers and real-life rescue missions, don't miss this one. The film is 13 Lives, now streaming on Prime Video. A romantic dinner date suddenly turns into a deadly game after one mysterious message appears on a phone. The story follows Violet, a single mother trying to move on with her life as she finally goes on a dinner date after a long time. The restaurant feels calm and perfect at first, but everything changes when an unknown airdrop message suddenly appears on her phone. The moment Violet reads it, panic takes over. Someone inside the restaurant is secretly watching her, and if she refuses to follow the terrifying instructions, her child will be killed. Now she must complete a series of dangerous tasks without letting anyone around her notice. Who is the silent killer behind these messages, and what do they really want from Violet? Can she save her child before this nightmare spirals out of control, or will this date end in complete horror? If you love intense and fast-paced thrillers that never let you relax for a second, don't miss this one. The film is dropped, now streaming on Prime Video.